we've had discussions about the origins of Six Sigma. Usually in training, you explain about the history of where Six Sigma, the concept and the name Six Sigma came from. And we talk about some of the definitions, the early definitions of quality based on defects per million opportunities, and the standard expression from those days 30 plus years ago was that you would try to get down to 3.4 defects per million opportunities for defects. Well, this is the sort of thing we're trying to get away from in our training. We're trying to get away from the original Motorola definition of Six Sigma and what SARD refers to as the 1.5 Sigma shift, because actually that applied to Motorola. It was a standard they used for their processors, that over the long term, processors would typically move the mean of the process by 1.5 standard deviations over time. So the mean was actually moving. But this is not the essence of Six Sigma. This is not something you should be spending a lot of time training about or explaining. So there is not an emphasis in our training or in our exams about that. I would like people to try to focus on Six Sigma being about DMAIC, the methodology, define, measure, analyze, improve, control, which was developed by Motorola under the brand of Six Sigma, and to also understand about data measurement system analysis. One of our partners called Datalyzer. You can contact Stephen Murphy, a UK representative. We also have in Malaysia Datalyzer. You can contact the Malaysian partner for that, Datalyzer. Look that up on our website. Datalyzer offer, as I say, the measurement system analysis tools. Failure modes and effects analysis is part of Six Sigma. Paul Allen has some great work done on, one of our great members, Paul Allen, has some great work on FMEA. And as I say, DMAIC, but then also the statistical tools, the regression analysis, correlation to start with, regression, design of experiments and hypothesis testing, control charts, very, very important, understanding about special cause variation, common cause variation. These are the things that I want you to focus on, or we want you to focus on in Six Sigma, rather than to be focusing on the Motorola definition, the 1.5 Sigma shift or the 3.4 DPMO. Don't spend a lot of time on that. But Hazwan is the Datalyzer partner in Malaysia. What is the main difference between the concept of lean and the tools and techniques of lean, the principles of lean, and the principles and tools and techniques of Six Sigma? From my point of view, they both complement each other very well. The Six Sigma brings the data analysis, the measurement analysis side of things, and helps particularly with quality measurements when you're comparing the actual production of an output with the customer specifications or requirements from an output. So comparing the actual with the requirements is very well done in Six Sigma. And of course the DMAIC methodology. Lean, the idea of reducing waste and creating flow are paramount to lean principles, but so it involves process, understanding the process mapping, value stream mapping, process mining, really looking at your process and making your process as efficient as possible. And that is, as we say in ILSSI, making it easier, better, faster, and cheaper, or lower cost, in that order. I'm just going to show you smart technology, Industry 4.0, digital transformation, and process mining. This is one of our banners that we proudly present at conferences. So there we have our catchphrase: easier, better, faster, cheaper, and in that order. So easier, better, faster, cheaper, in that order. And who said that? Shigeo Shingo. Okay. What is the most important? The most important is to make it easier. easier, and we also want to make it better quality. We want it to have better throughput, or we want the flow to be as good as possible, so it moves as necessary actually to the demand of the customer. So what else have we got here? At the bottom of this poster we have lean, sustainable, smart improvement. Lean, sustainable, smart improvement. If you think about it, we've got ILSSI, Lean Six Sigma Institute. We've also got ILSSI for Lean, Sustainable, Smart Improvement. That is what our training from our partners is about. It's about making things efficient. It's about being smart about it, using the best tools, the best technology, making it sustainable so that it is not damaging to the environment, and we're aiming for a circular economy, of course, in the future where waste is not only minimized, but we try to eliminate all waste and reuse any, especially with materials, reuse any materials back into the process. How is Lean and Six Sigma helpful in plastic pipes and fittings manufacturing? Okay, well, plastic pipes and fittings, probably using some sort of injection molding, some sort of plastic molding, and the machinery that is used in manufacturing often is not optimized. The settings have not been fully understood so that you know that you're running the optimal settings. So Six Sigma and design of experiments is an excellent tool to use for optimizing equipment in manufacturing, in things like plastics molding. But the process, you're using a process in manufacturing piping and fittings, and the process, has it been fully optimized to reduce waste? So is it easy? Does it give good quality? What are your scrap levels? What are your rework levels? What's the cost of poor quality? What is the throughput? Are you keeping up with demand? Are you keeping too much inventory or not enough inventory? These are the questions that you start asking when you study it from a Lean Six Sigma point of view. So plastic fittings and pipes is an excellent industry to apply Lean Six Sigma to. Absolutely. You can also understand about the supply chain by learning supply chain management for your business. Where are you getting the raw materials from, and where are your finished products going to? How efficient is that? I hope that helped. Paul Allen has done a lot of work with, and one of our members, Paul Allen, has done a lot of work with injection molding and machine optimization using DOE, design of experiments. So I would recommend you contact Paul Allen on LinkedIn. What is the mission of a black belt versus the mission of a champion? Okay, what is the mission? What is the purpose of a black belt versus a champion? So a black belt is a lot more hands-on with projects, with data analysis, with understanding how to actually apply Six Sigma tools like design of experiments, like control charts, like FMEA, failure modes and effects analysis, like measurement system analysis. The black belt will be expected to know these things and actually apply them, whereas a champion doesn't necessarily require that level, that depth of understanding, because a champion tends to be somebody that is more of a people manager and more of a person that is guiding and building the team which is going to be in charge of process improvement. A champion would be a manager or high-level manager which has responsibility for building the team of yellow belts, green belts, black belts, allocating resources to different projects, assigning training, and getting the budget to do that each year, to actually provide extra training, bring up new people in training. So black belt is hands-on working on projects, coaching and mentoring green belts, training people in the company, whereas the champion is more of a manager of the people associated with the program of Lean Six Sigma. Just going back to exams, that the certifications we have, and look at in English, the bottom row. These are our new certifications, and you can do training. Usually it will be a 1 week, 5-day training program in quality principles and quality tools, and you can get a certified quality professional accreditation from ILSSI as a result of doing that training and passing that training with an ILSSI accredited trainer such as Boxbrain or such as Bilal Consulting in Pakistan. The same with certified project manager. You would do about 1 week, but different training organizations will do it in different ways. Some might do 1 day a week. Other people might do it as a block of time over 5 days. So inquire what their program is for project management training. You should be able to get coaching for projects as well, actual projects, and certified based on your project. The supply chain manager is also usually a 5-day course, or it might be over two or 3 weekends perhaps, where you go and do classroom training, you do the theory, you do gamification, you do some exercises, hands-on exercises, you might do some data analysis and business process management expert again. Now that's a shorter class, that would typically be only 1 or 2 days, but you would do that. A bit more like a yellow belt training. So these are the types of trainings that are not specifically just Lean Six Sigma. Is there any ISO standard which implement the requirements to follow Six Sigma? Well, there has been a couple of attempts at ISO standards. There was one back in 2015 that was only Six Sigma. Now, this was just a standard that was written as a guideline to what should be taught and trained in Six Sigma. That standard, I believe, was ISO 13053, and that was 2015. A few years after that, there was an attempt, I think it was 2018 or 19, that ISO 18404 was published, and this is also a guideline that ISO put out, and it was for Lean and Six Sigma. So ISO 18404, Lean and Six Sigma. These two guidelines, one for Six Sigma, one for Lean and Six Sigma, were written by a private organization. An individual was hired to guide them. Dr. Tony Bendel was in charge of writing that standard. It was published by ISO, but it is just ISO's interpretation based upon Dr. Tony Bendel's understanding, his understanding of Lean and Six Sigma. He put that into this standard. Now, it is not a standard that is auditable, so you cannot get an accreditation in ISO 18404 or 13503. You cannot do that. What you can say is that your program follows the guidelines of these ISO standards. So your program, your training program, can follow the guidelines, but it doesn't mean that the person is then ISO certified or ISO accredited or ISO any. It's not the same as getting certified ISO 9001. ISO 9001 is auditable, and they do allow organizations to give certification. I hope that clears that up.